Till today's Thursday, it's the 30th of October, it's 2025, and we're just to the east of Palma. We're near to the airport. We're actually almost in Pastilla. That's where we're going to be walking to. And we're right by the sea, and it's a little bit choppy today. Sun's shining and pleasant temperatures. We are right by the sea. The sea's coming up against the wall. Yeah, and it is a little bit on the choppy side. But that makes it all the more interesting as we walk around. Fairly clear, in fact it's very clear, nice crisp horizon, that's how I like to see it. Just looking back on Palma, there's Palma at the back there. Weather forecast originally for today was pretty awful, and when we got up there was a storm around about 8 o'clock, really heavy rain, the place got a bit of a deluge, but that seems to have cleared away, and we've still got some clouds around. Some of them look quite threatening, but the forecast now says okay, we'll see. And hopefully getting a little bit better for the weekend, because we're going away. Not far, but we're going away. We're going to have a little mini break, as we quite often do at this time of the year. We quite often find a hotel somewhere on the island where we can just get away from our little bit and see somewhere different. It's, the other side of the island, nice to go to, but for me it's an hour drive there, it's an hour drive back. It takes quite a long time. This is just pointing out that looks like archaeological remains, but they're relatively modern archaeology, this. But what a mess. I suppose the state at the sea is due to the stormy sort of weather we've been having. Winds have not been so strong recently, but this particular area was one we used to come to quite often, actually, because oh yeah, our friend Bernard had his bar down here. The train, he's just pointing out in the distance, is still running. Been causing a bit of controversy recently, that train has. Yeah, some of the locals are saying it shouldn't be running because, or at least the route is wrong. Some of the streets where it goes to, it's not really wide enough and causing real issues. It's a nice little area here. You can sit right by the sea. This is where our friend Bernard used to have his bar. One time it was up at this end, and then he moved down a little bit. Now he's retired and enjoying the good life. This is Cala, Estancia. The water doesn't look so nice at the moment. It's all been churned up, so it looks not so clear. It's changed a bit down here. Mel's bar's still here. Always very popular. We did, yeah. Well, the beds have all been stacked up. This is like coming to the end of the season now. End of October is when lots of places close down. The fact that all of the beds are piled up there like that could mean that they're going to be taking them away. And then the parasols will be gone as well. To keep an eye on that. Yeah, I think that's partly due to how stormy it's been recently. Nobody on the beach. But the lifeguard station, that yellow box over there, is manned. And we're now on this promenade. We walk for miles, literally miles on this promenade now. I was in Magaluf yesterday, and I think my theme was it was becoming a ghost town, and that was not just because we were approaching Halloween and lots of the bars and restaurants and entertainment facilities were gearing up to Halloween, but many places were already closed down, and after this weekend many more will, and it will become
Were there people on the beach?
a ghost town. Yeah, there was lots of people on the beach actually. A green flag there. So the lifeguard's saying safe to swim. Yeah, I don't see any problem. This is Cala Estancia is very, very enclosed, and so very safe, nice and shallow, good for children. Lots of seaweed at the moment though. Not exactly inviting. Oh, we have got some people sunbathing on the beach. There's no beds for them. And we've got one of these, cellars.
Hotel beach.
Looks quite nice. I think you probably find that some of these hotels may stay open in the winter. In Magaluf, a lot of them, if not nearly all of them, will close. Let's see. A few people have been commenting on the songs that I keep producing. I'm just having lots of fun at the moment with artificial intelligence, this AI thing, and I'm seeing more and more of it on the news, and I talk to friends about it, and some friends are quite worried about it, concerned about it, unsure about it. I'm not sure what the right way to describe it is, but I'm even afraid of it. I don't quite see it in the same way. People have commented and said that you're giving all your information away. Well, you give what information you want to give away. When I'm making the songs, I just give information about what I want in the songs. That's how I do those videos. And I'm going to start a new podcast, which I found an interesting use for me for the artificial intelligence, the AI. It's educational, and I just think there's incredible educational value in artificial intelligence. I know some people will say, well, it's not all to be trusted, and I quite agree, it's not. So you do have to check the information. And it therefore depends on what you're going to be using it for. So I think perhaps if you're using the AI asking for a diagnosis on a particular ailment that you might have, then you might want to get the opinion of a professional. But if you're asking the AI about what's the weather like in October, then it's not exactly life-threatening if you tell you it's wrong. So I don't think it's so important. And from an educational point of view, I think what you need are references. Where did they get that information from? Was it a reliable source? And can it be trusted? And the tools that I've been using do exactly that. They give you the source of the information and they do check it for you. I have come across some things using AI that are completely wrong. For example, I've been asking what's going on in Pastilla, for example, end of October, and it will tell me about things that are happening in Pastilla in October last year. So they've been and gone, and it's got no relevance to this year. So yeah, you do have to be careful. You have to use some common sense. But putting that aside, I've been doing some historical searching around Mallorca, Palma in particular, really, and using AI to help me to do that research, and then using AI again to put it all together and to create these podcasts. It won't be me talking; it will be AI, an artificially generated speaker or speakers, and they will even produce videos for you, which are, again, they're artificially generated, but the things I'm trying to do at the moment are slideshows and educational type slideshows about things that I'm interested in, and hopefully some of the viewers of our channel might be interested in. So I'm seeing it really as a reference point, so you can go to it and say, oh yeah, there's the information I wanted on whatever topic it might be. So that'll be coming up soon when I've done a little bit more tweaking and fixing and sorting of it. It's quite exciting. What I am doing fairly consistently now is using AI to generate songs. So I give it all of the ideas that I want the songs to have, and it then produces a song. I tell it what type of song I want, and usually I want a folk song or a ballad song. I'm not interested in anything else at the moment. Though I have tried rock songs and I have tried different types. Yeah, that seems to be working nicely. And I can tailor the lyrics to a particular situation or a particular place. So in Pastilla, I can talk about the surf and the surfers and the beach, and I can bring all of those things into the video. And particularly when I'm taking lots of photographs, I just feel as though I need something to go with the photographs, some music. And that can be instrumental music or it can be a song. And if you want to listen to it, you can listen to it. If you don't want to listen to it, you can turn the volume off. You don't have to listen to it. And then what I'm starting to do now is to put the music up on, again, a separate podcast so that they're easily accessible, the individual songs. And I put the words to the songs there as well in the comments and the description. So if you want to know what the words are, you can look at it if you can't quite make out what the words are. Hopefully they're accurate.
Do people download them to listen to?
I think YouTube does allow you, if you particularly do want to download them, you can always get them on YouTube on that podcast and just search for it. I was putting them on a drive on the internet. I haven't done that recently. So some people have asked me for the songs and I've just directed them to those. But I'm not really up to date with that, and I'm sure it could get out of hand very quickly just because of the number of songs that I'm producing. So at the moment the safest place to get them is just to go to the podcast. And I've made them very small, so they're not, there's no video to go with them, so they don't take up a lot of bandwidth for those people who are interested in bandwidth. They're really very similar to the size of the song if it was just an MP3. Here's the train. goes all the way down the Playa de Palma. Playa de Palma goes all the way from here right down to El Arenal, which is right down on the other side. And it's a long way. It's 4 or 5 kilometers. So it's a good walk. If you're not up to it, the train might be an alternative. Magaluf was talking about the promenade and how the promenade had been rejuvenated there. You still have a chunk of it to do, but they've been doing the Playa de Palma, and this part they haven't done. And we've got these what look like Cold War monstrosities still here. They've disappeared as we go further down, and I think they're only light supports, like lampposts. They're made of this concrete. I don't think they serve any other purpose.
Were they there before?
These have been here for as long as I can remember. They might not have been here when we first came, though. This was just an ordinary road when we first came. We could drive along here quite normally, both directions. So I'm not really sure how long they've been there, but they really are in a poor state of repair, and they're pretty ugly. So they will be disappearing, but there's still a lot of them in this Pastilla area. Actually got a yellow flag here. So in Cala Estancia there was a green flag, and now we've got a yellow flag, and it's an offshore breeze. That's one reason to have the yellow flag. Anyone out there, perhaps on a lilo, can get blown away, so that can be dangerous. And the sand, well, that's been recently raked over, so it's looking very, very nice. Cafés and bars.
No, we'll put the bag in here.
Looking good. Volleyball net up. Hotel across there is the THB El Cid. Ah, that's what we wanted. That's what it's all about. Do some filming. No, that'd be a bit too big for me to carry around. I need a bigger shoulder. So that's what that's all about. They're going to be making a video. And Mallorca is somewhere people, particularly from Northern Europe, come to make videos because the light is generally very good. Though today it's okay, but it's not as good as, well, I don't know, it's not bad. It's a bit more diffuse with all the cloud cover. So yeah, they're going to be making an advertisement there, my guess is. But they do make series and films here. It's a favourite place for cinematographers to come because of the light, and you get lots of photographers coming here as well who also like the light. In the UK, much of the UK, England and Wales, they've got, I'm not sure about Scotland, but in England and Wales they've got half term, so we've had lots of children here this week on holiday with their families, and that's all coming to an end this weekend, so I guess the flights are going to be pretty full going from here to the UK. In the past, when we were teaching, we used to go back this week, and the flights would be empty on the return. We'd come back and
the last flight. peaks of the
It's
season.
like,
a lot of
yeah,
them.
we'd quite often be on the last flight and they would have to come out to pick the people up. But going from the UK to Palma, very, very few people, just people like us, so there'd only be a dozen people on the plane. But, we're not restricted anymore by school holidays, other than seeing our grandchildren, of course. So we travel anytime now. Just sorting out trips December and into next year.
Nice
So-
to be prepared.
This is where, I was going to say this is where it's all started, but you see we've still got these concrete pillars and these have stayed in place all the way along because they're actually supporting the roof of the beach bar here, but that's now closed. And I was also going to say that the walls changed as well, and it has done here, but we'll go back to the old system straight away, and we've got the old wall and we've still got these concrete monstrosities, and they do go on really all the way down to the next lifeguard station. They're the apartments Delphine. They've got 4 keys on them. Nice views over the sea. Yeah, every now and again you get a big one. There's the train on its way back up. Modern block. Adults only, it says. And well, we're getting to that time of year when the work starts and the diggers come out, the builders will come out, and places get repaired, and that will be going on all through the winter. I've not really heard anything about the promenade itself. The actual area where we're walking seems to be in pretty good condition. It's just these concrete monoliths that look pretty awful.
Maybe they look nice when they're lit up at night.
I'm not sure how you'd make something like that look nice. They've painted them. They have been painted. Well, some of them have. They haven't all been painted. Some of them have. And some of them have been painted and graffiti has appeared on them. So. I suppose a little bit like Magaluf. You're walking along and you find a house, a bungalow, a place where somebody, well, may have lived or maybe still live. Would have been built before most of the surrounding buildings, and it was all on its own at one time. Now everything's grown up around it.
We're going to find somewhere for a drink.
Sounds like a good idea. Find somewhere for a drink. Or maybe we should go down to the next lifeguard station, just beyond there, see what there is. This is FP, Fontanillas Playa. It's still open, 4 stars. Right on the beach, very close to the airport we are here. There's the train. I think it's actually quieter than I expected. I'm not sure what it'd be like if we went all the way down to Arenal. Might be a bit busier down there. Very close here to the aquarium, which is just over on the other side. There, in fact, the car park just behind there is where we quite often park if we're going to the aquarium, or indeed if we're coming onto the Playa de Palma. And now we can see they've started work actually on the lighting along here. These are the new lights that are coming in, and they will replace these concrete structures, which if you look at this one, as we get closer to it, you can see it is in very poor condition. Steel reinforcing is exposed, becoming dangerous. And the old lampposts there are going to be changed and converted into these newer, more modern white ones, which will have LED lighting. So the work has already begun. How much further? Across here, Brisas. Well, we've stopped at Brisas for a coffee, and we've got a lovely view over the sea. So, cheers everyone.
Cheers. Nice cups.
Nice strong coffee, that one. Well, nice coffee, and just going to make our way back now, dodging the cars. Almost no vehicles along here. It's almost a pedestrianised area. You do get the occasional one though, so you do have to look out, and there's always bicycles that are zipping along. Getting a few more people on the beach, but it's still pretty much deserted. And a few people on the promenade. Again, it's very quiet. The sun's coming out, it's starting to feel a bit warmer. Temperatures today are supposed to be sort of 22, 24 degrees, so still very, very pleasant. And then as we go up into the weekend, it's going up to about 24, maybe even hit 25 in some places, so it's going to be feeling quite warm when we're away. And then beginning part of next week it goes down again to 21, 22 maybe. clouds are beginning to disperse, and the blue patches are getting a little bit bigger, so maybe we are in for a nice afternoon.
Nice shells there.
So we've been collecting some shells.
Some hearts.
As we've been sitting having our coffee, Nisha's been pointing out the aeroplanes still coming in.
Fast and furious.
Just coming in over the mountains, down into the airport. And usually at this time of the year we get this change of schedule, so a lot of flights disappear and some of the airports become more difficult, quite often impossible to get to. So one of the airports that we quite often have used is Bournemouth, and that normally becomes inaccessible, so it'll be interesting to see what happens at the end of the month, beginning of next month. Southampton's another one which we'd like to go to, but doesn't figure very well on the...
Hardly ever been there, have we?
I think once or twice. Gatwick generally has flights.
Está con ese calorcito.
Photograph one of these monolith things.
Aber war gut, dass wir heute gefahren sind.
Those buoys there mean?
The buoys are usually indicating areas where it's safe to swim and where it's not safe to swim. So that will be an area where you could launch your boat from, or pedalo, but there's no boats or pedalos here, so I'm not sure. They are actually shaped as well, so you've got the pointy ones on the left and the square top, flat top ones on the right. So you've got definitely an indication for the seafaring ones. It might actually explain on one of the posters that you get. Just looking at these cacti. Quite impressive things. Very sharp and very dangerous. A lot start off from here.
Aloe vera, I think.
Yeah. I think the lifeguard's got a fairly quiet day today. Sit and read his book. There's not many people out on the water. See there, look. Just up there. Shows you. That's where you can launch your boats from.
Ist ja auch wichtig für den Zusammenhalt. Ja.
It's just a nice temperature, this is.
Yeah.
Si organizza.
Been watching the news of Jamaica and Cuba over the last couple of days with the hurricane bearing down upon them. Just thinking how lucky we are that we don't get those sorts of things here. We do get some strong winds, but nothing like that, so catastrophic. Aperol spritz over there, $13.90. Sure we even paid that much? Oh, there's an X2 on there. Sorry, there's 2 for $13.90. Not sure they've advertised that very well, because it's just the times 2 is not the first thing you see. The $13.90 is, and then Aperol spritz, and then you think, oh, that's expensive. Maybe they need to think of their marketing a bit better. We got it in the end, though. There's not much in the way of waves, but there are actually some surfers out there, some paddle boarders as well. I did earlier on see someone go out on an electric surfboard. The film is still filming. There comes the train. Sometimes park in that car parking area there. And it's still filming over there. Look out for that on TV at some point. Not sure what he says.
Popped down here once, didn't we?
We did, I remember the Manchester pub.
Interesting that she was saying that this area is normally very windy.
There are some surfers there, really not very big waves, so sure they're having that much surf fun today. Too often caught a wave then. Very popular with the cyclists along here. It's very flat, very easy cycling. Just as we've arrived here, there's a few waves, and one of the surfers there managed to catch one. There we go again. Actually quite big waves once you see them come in. It's one of these electric powered surfboards.
Pero los dos argelinos le dieron
I think.
una tunda a los tíos y los dejaron.
Not sure actually, it's a paddleboard. It is quite warm now, isn't it? Where you can rent your surfboard or your kayak or your windsurfer and then take it out into the sea. I've actually stopped and had a coffee there, I think, past. Well, I'm developing a bit of a tickly cough, so I'm going to stop the video here and make our way back to the car. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.
Morning light on the waterline, silver trains hum down the shore, shells like secrets at our feet, stories whispered from before. A camera crew in the distance frames the sea in golden hue, while we drift in quiet motion, every frame a piece of you. And the waves roll slow through November, soft as the breath of the breeze. We walk where summer remembers all that it left in the sea. Surfers dance on the fading blue, chasing dreams that break and mend. Footsteps mingle, tide comes through, the moments that don't have to end. The sunlight bends like a ribbon over rail and foam and sand. destination, just your shadow in my hand. And the waves roll slow through November, whispering, stay here with me. Can Pastilla fades to silver, love in the hush of the sea. Slow through November, whispering, stay here with me. And Camp Pastilla fades to silver, love in the hush of the sea.